Well, that's it for now, but yeah.
Hey,
That's it for now. I'm Shanta reporting from
Homer strangled Bart! Homer strangled Bart! Homer strangled Bart! Just strangle him!
Cool.
You've got it?
Yeah.
To the order, it's onto the order.
God, it must be bad then.
Shambles.
Jimmy Carr's around, isn't he?
Yeah.
But, you know.
So, just to ask you about the summer blockbusters, is that alright? Just to ask you about what you think's done well, what's done badly, etc. Is that okay? If you want to repeat the question, you know, just don't worry, it's pre-recorded, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Who's seeing this, by the way?
Pardon?
Who's seeing this?
Oh, the whole world. It's
Okay.
syndicated, you know, sort of out.
Right, so
Don't worry. No, it's the whole world. Okay, David Smith from The Observer. Firstly, The Simpsons seems quite topical at the moment. Do you think that's going to do really well?
yeah, I think it would do fantastically. It's like the TV show appeals to so many age groups. There's always been something in it for everyone. And also, there's never been a build-up to a movie like this. People have been waiting about 20 years while it's been on TV. And finally, at long last, the movie is here. The early reviews also incredibly encouraging, saying that it's been worth the wait. So I imagine it'll do very, very good box office.
Do you think it's the start of a franchise, another sort of annual blockbuster, the way we've had Shrek every couple of years?
Having listened to Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, talk about the sheer work and Herculean effort that went into this, I'd be surprised if they just kind of dash another one off on an annual basis. I think they'll be careful to make everyone even better than the previous, so it might be another 20 years, who knows, but it'll be more like J.K. Rowling doing Harry Potter novels, that some care and attention will go into it, I think.
So far, I think it's so noisy, isn't it? It's awful. So far, the biggest hit of the year seems to be Pirates 3. No shock there, then, presumably.
No, there's been all these sequels, number 3 in the series with that, and Shrek the Third, and one or two others. And Pirates is always going to do very handsome business. It's just a shame that the critics felt it wasn't a great artistic success, and indeed, so many of the blockbusters so far this year have not really been quite up to the standards we might have hoped, and hopefully The Simpsons will be otherwise.
That's the thing, isn't it? They have been quite disappointing. Is that just because the studios have been under pressure just to churn them out because of the money the other two have made?
Well, it does smack of that ideas are being flogged to death, that there's not enough new original ideas, and studios just want to play safe. Because, as it's proved, Shrek the Third, which some people found a bit disappointing, and Pirates of the Caribbean, third film, which many people found disappointing, they did indeed prove to be great box office successes. So the studios go home happy, but the fans and the critics maybe less so once they've actually paid their money and sit there. And it is a bit of a shame. And one hopes that doesn't happen with The Simpsons and some other franchises.
Do you think, considering the hype about this big summer of blockbusters, do you think we are going to have $1 billion selling movie this year, as we did with Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2 and Shrek and Pirates 2 as well?
It's hard to say because the figures have shown the last couple of years box office actually slightly down in Britain, and there's all sorts of competition nowadays from there's always been DVD and there's new formats of that, but in particular obviously internet downloads of movies. So even though the cinema experience has improved, and here at the O2 there are new digital cinemas, it's a much nicer night out now. There is still so much competition that ultimately it may be similar to TV channels, where you never get the massive audiences that you used to now, just because there's so much choice. So with the movie so far this summer flashing to deceive, I think there is a question mark over whether they will break through that barrier.
Okay. Do you think that J.K. Rowling's book coming out at the same time as the 5th film will give it some impetus, more people will go and see it?
Yeah, I don't know if that was deliberate, the film and the movie coming out so close together, but I think they definitely reinforce each other. And the film just generated a great deal of Potter mania. It was teed up perfectly for the book, and now it probably will feed back, and people read the book and they'll be so sad that that's the final Harry Potter novel. They'll want more Harry Potter, and the best way to do that is to go to the cinema.
Do you think audiences are more savvy now with all these number 3 blockbusters, etc.? They just expect more for their money to go to the cinema. It's just not any old sort of action stuff that will do.
Well, you'd like to think so, although the fact that some of these films like Spider-Man 3 and Pirates of the Caribbean 3 appear to be critic-proof, and people didn't really read the reviews, they went and saw them anyway. It's just maybe expectations are still not that high. People are keen to find out what happens next or what happens at the end of the adventure, and they've got to keep up with their friends who are talking about it. So it's hard to say whether you know, when you compare it to sort of the really sort of sophisticated movies of the 1940s, whether tastes really are more or less advanced.
We've still got one more to come out, which is the Bourne Ultimatum, of course, number 3. Do you have better hopes for that? They've been very clever thrillers so far.
Yes, they have. They are sort of classy, and I think one of the great tributes to the Bourne series was the James Bond movie, Casino Royale, which seemed to me to be sort of borrowing quite a lot stylistically and had been influenced by the Bourne movies. So certainly from the trailers I've seen so far of the final Bourne film, I'm pretty optimistic. You know, I think that looks good.
You might have to think about this one, but what is there left for next year? Since we've had a whole clearing out this year, what is there left that we can expect that's going to be big next year?
Well, I don't know.
Golden Compass, of course, is very good.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Star Wars 7, 8 and 9 maybe. We wait that. Of course, a fourth Indiana Jones film is in the pipeline, so, which kind of reminds us that these things don't have to finish at 3. So, you know, we may yet see Shrek 4, and I'm sure we will see Spider-Man 4 and so on. But yeah, high hopes for the Philip Pullman film, which you know, looks very exciting. I don't know what else.
Yeah, that's great, David. That's a top interview. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the film. It's very good.
My pleasure.
Just interviewing somebody else at the time.
I skipped over you, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I thought I could get by.
You sneaked past. Sorry about that. But just to ask you, have you been a fan of The Simpsons for ages then?
Yeah, since the Tracey Ullman show.
Really?
Yeah, as a little kid.
What do you think is, I mean, it's gone 20 years now, what do you think is its appeal?
I think its appeal now is the same as it was back then, and the reason that it started on the Tracey Ullman show, when I was 12, I thought it was a cartoon aimed at kids, but as I got older, I realized that it's a cartoon aimed at just about everybody, and you're... like I said, everybody. And your appreciation of the show shifts as you get older, which is why I'm just the biggest fan at 29 as I was at 12.
Why do you think that it took them 20 years to make a movie?
I think there's actually a strange genius to that in not trying to bring it out at the height of its popularity when it could have done nothing but fail, but I don't know, you'd have to ask Matt Groening that question.
Favourite character?
It shifts day to day.
Which mask have you got down there?
Well, I've got a Homer mask because I feel this is my future, unfortunately.
Can you do an impression?
No. There's only one man who can do it.
See you, Joshua. Bye now. Please forget something. Associated Press.
Hello.
How are you doing? Yeah, which character are you?
Oh, see, no one knows who I am. I'm Homer.
Right, we need a new Homer.
I've got a bald head. This is Marge. We're Homer and Marge.
Yeah, I can recognise Marge.
Hello.
Do you do me an impression?
He does. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, it's rubbish.
Oh, God.
It's gone now.
There you go.
That's not so bad. What about yours? Be Homer.
No, I
Oh,
can't.
go on, you can say Doe.
No, I've nearly got the belly. That's about as far as I go, I'm afraid.
To be honest, you've lost that belly. You
I
used to
have a
have
bit.
the belly.
So how long have you been fans of The Simpsons for?
I know. I remember
hours.
when my parents wouldn't let me watch it because it was too rude. That's how long I've been watching Simpsons for. I had to
Yeah.
sneak watching it.
Sky One used to be my favourite programme. It was always on Sky One, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my favourite channel, sorry, not programme.
Yeah. It's one of those programs that's always on TV. You know, when you're like ill at home and you flick on The Simpsons on,
Always-
it's like cheers you up.
I never know where I'm up to on it, because it's just...
It doesn't matter though, does it? You just watch Simpsons. Any episode cheers you up.
Sometimes you're worried when you do a classic sort of
Move
taking a
that mic
classic
then.
TV. I know. I think I'm really annoying him. Sometimes when you do a classic TV series into a film, it can be a bit rubbish.
I don't think it's going to be the case for this one though. I think it's such a big, you know, it's The Simpsons. I think they've been, and it, you know, I remember when I first heard that they were making a film. You know, it seems to have taken ages to make it. So I think my expectations are high.
Pretty impressive for here, isn't it? So
Yeah,
it
what
should
a
be
premiere.
good.
It's amazing.
All this build-up, it's got to be a good movie.
Came here on boat and everything.
I'm going to wee myself in a minute.
Thank you so much. Would one of your ambitions be to be in an episode of The Simpsons?
Oh, that'd be amazing. I would love to. I don't think they'd have us, but Well, I don't know his Marge impression. Maybe he could take over from Marge's voice.
She should. Yeah, they should have Marge's long lost sister from Bolton.
Yeah, and he can play her.
But she's got red hair. Yeah.
I think, you know, if only the creator was here tonight, you could put it to him.
Yeah, we'll go if we see him around.
I think you got a winner on
If you
that
nicked
one.
that idea of copyrighting it, alright, Matt Groening.
Green Day are in the movie.
Sorry?
Green Day are in the movie.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah,
We're
they
not
are.
quite
That's
like
it.
that. We're not quite Green Day, are we? I don't think Green Day would wear that.
Probably would.
No.
Alright guys, see ya.
Anyway,
Enjoy
see you
it.
later
Nice
on.
to meet you.
What's that mic?
Lloyd, send them back that way. Got to go back that way, not through here.
What? Oh, all right. Listen, just to tell you that none of the cast are here. Like nobody. It's all I've managed to get is McFly and Joshua Jackson. And we have obviously some GVs. Plus, I have an interview on summer blockbusters.
Yes.
Something you want to share together?
Not together. You've got the gist of my ignorance on
You
the...
don't know anything about it.
Not at all.
Perfect.
I'm going to learn tonight.
You're coming because of your kids.
Very much so. But my oldest is...
Stop saying that because I do it on the phone.
You told me you watched it every
Yeah, for 15
day.
minutes so I can go to supper at school. It's really not. I'm not an average. Come on, what does an Olympic athlete have in common with the world's biggest slob?
I've turned into probably the world's biggest slob in the last 7 years. No, I'm very interested to see the movie tonight. But I'm very freely admit that I've never seen the TV program ever. Obviously heard lots about it, of chat going around. My son's always talking about it. My movie's the first taste of the Simpsons I'm ever going to have.
So you will know how to say dough by the end.
By the end of the evening, I probably will do. By the sounds of it, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Thank you. Hope you
Pleasure.
enjoy it. Cheers, guys. Thanks.